Good evening, and welcome to the International Booker Prize 2026 live stream here at Tate Modern in London. Stay tuned to find out which of these books will become this year's winner.
Well then, great, said Bob. Terrific meeting. Let's go ahead. Jake clapped his hands. His enthusiasm seemed irrepressible. His whole body trembled with it. Terrific meeting. Just the best. No, said Pabst. They both looked at him, not indignantly, but uncomprehendingly, as if something inexplicable had occurred before their eyes, a wonder of nature, a mystery such as the world had never seen.
I swear, to the ruler of the Albanian Alps, Lake Tukagini, that to my dying day, I shall not touch a man. I shall not touch a man, and I shall preserve my virginal innocence, renouncing for all times the woman in me, renouncing forever the woman in me.
Hunting men is a little more painstaking than hunting wild animals. The fragility of the human body means they don't get very far. Although the darkness of night is softened by the full moon, Melquiades has an even greater advantage in night hunting, because he's colourblind, just like wild boars. His night vision is exceptional, and his range of sight far better than other men's.
People should eat at the same table only if they're of equal rank. This is why I can eat with my fiancé, and can eat at a large banquet where there are people of all ranks, but cannot eat one-on-one with you. Perhaps not with Aoyama-sensei, the mainlander writer. But what about with Aoyama Chizuko, the human being?
Sweets and kisses in the streets. And you didn't even notice the transition. 1 minute, we were sitting side by side and silent at home. The next, we were part of the roiling, bellowing crowd, part of the movement, part of the struggle. Sarab's voice and mine flung the slogans into the cold winter sky. Our smoky voices, no longer the voices of children.
In another time, they would have felt slightly ashamed.
But practical, serene, resolute, intensely relaxed, grasping, asking a great deal of life with the most perfect innocence. They had next to no modesty or discretion, were rarely embarrassed by anything.
In that, those clever little barbarians, my daughters amazed me.
We're joined now by viewers all around the world on our live stream, so welcome to all you new viewers. The chair of the judges, Natasha Brown, is about to take my place to reveal the winners of the International Booker Prize 2026, who, as you can see, will receive these beautiful bronze trophies. But before she does that, I'd like to tell you a little bit about the judges. Natasha, Sophie, Troy, Neela, Marcus. 5 very different people from very different backgrounds. An award-winning British novelist, a multi-Booker-nominated translator who works from Spanish and Italian, a Kenyan writer, editor and bookseller, a distinguished Indian writer, critic and columnist, a culturally omnivorous mathematician. They are robust, nuanced, committed readers, all of them. I'm privileged to have witnessed them in action, witnessed them come together many, many times over the past year, and I hope very much that they're proud of what they've achieved. Please now welcome Natasha Brown.
Hello. It's such a pleasure to be here with you all tonight. And first off, I'd like to say an enormous thank you to all of the authors and translators and publishing teams in this room and worldwide who've given us this unforgettable year of reading. And it truly has been a spectacular year of reading. As judges, Sophie, Troy, Neela, Marcus and I have travelled across centuries and continents through your books. We've spent hours in vigorous conversation, admiration, debate, appreciation around these stories. The calibre and variety of fiction translated into English in a single year of publishing is simply unbelievable. The International Booker is a prize that has enriched my reading life. It is, I think, one of the most exciting, unpredictable, and inspiring prizes for English language readers today. It's been an honour to read for this prize, especially alongside such an incredible panel of judges. I'd like to say thank you to the Booker Prizes team for making this possible year after year. We're living through times when it can seem like nuance is in short supply. Times when empathy, understanding, and even basic human decency is often cast as weakness. Books, I think, offer an antidote. They're these little empathy machines with the ability to spread, to travel, to open minds. Books aren't bound by borders, cultures, or even, thanks to translators, language barriers. Taken all together, our long-listed and shortlisted books are a celebration of the unifying power of storytelling. These are delightful, challenging, engrossing books. And our winning book is a shining example of nuanced, layered, sumptuous storytelling. The winner of the International Booker Prize 2026 is Taiwan Travelogue by Yang Xuanzi, translated from the Mandarin Chinese by Lin King.
Shuangzi's got cake on her hands, which is very, just epitomizes this whole book.
台湾漫游录也加入了探问这个问题的行列之一。
Some people believe that art and literature must be kept far from politics, but I am of the belief that literature cannot be kept separate from the soil in which it has grown. In this sense, literature, on a fundamental level, cannot disentangle itself from politics. When surveying the modern history of Taiwan's literature, it is apparent that we writers have been asking the same questions for the past century. What kind of future do the people of Taiwan want? What kind of nation do the people of Taiwan want? Taiwan Travelogue, too, joins the long list of texts that investigate these inquiries.
台湾人历经殖民政权，面临侵略的威胁，在力量悬殊的强权面前，文学有力量吗？而我始终相信文学有力量。文学看似缓慢，但总是坚定行动。文学通常安静，却并不妨碍信念远播。翻译会造成时差，但可以跨越时间和空间的限制。我相信文学有力量，因为在思想的世界里，文学从来没有放弃坚守自我，也没有放弃与他人对话。
Taiwan's people have endured multiple colonial regimes and faced threats of invasion. When confronted by geopolitical forces so much greater than our own, what use do we have for literature? But I, at least, have always believed that literature wields power. Literature appears slow, but it acts with steady resolve. It is often quiet, but manages to spread ideas far and wide. There may be a time lag between the writing of a work and the translation of it, but translation allows writing to transcend the limits of time and space. I believe in literature's power because, in the life of the mind, literature has never ceded ground nor given up on the dialogue between people.
谢谢国际布克奖，谢谢本书的译者精灵，谢谢促成我走到这里的每一个人。请让我将收尾这段话献给我的故土家乡台湾。台湾文学的百年探问，实际上是台湾人100年来对自由与平等的追求。能够成为一名台湾人，是我的幸运；能够以台湾作家身份站在这里，是我的骄傲。谢谢大家。
Thank you to the International Booker Prize. Thank you to the book's translator, Lin King. Thank you to every person who made it possible for me to be here today. Finally, I would like to dedicate these closing words to my homeland, Taiwan. The centuries-old inquiry in Taiwan's literature is in fact the century-old pursuit of freedom and equality by Taiwan's people. I feel very fortunate to have been born Taiwanese. I feel very proud to stand before you today as a writer from Taiwan. Thank you. Sorry, but I've got words too. In 2022, when Russia invaded Ukraine, I made the explicit decision that rather than translating Sinophone works indiscriminately, I would only translate writing from Taiwan for the foreseeable future. I will continue to do so, I told myself, until the day comes that my homeland's sovereignty is no longer a provocation or a punchline. Until no English speaker feels comfortable saying to me glibly, I really should come visit you in Taiwan while it still exists. While translating Taiwan Travelogue, I knew I was taking big risks. I saw the project as an experimental challenge to the industry standard in Anglophone publishing that translation and translators are best when we are invisible. In this book, there are translators' footnotes, forwards and afterwards, and 3 systems of pronunciation for the same written characters. The English edition, therefore, demands much attention and work from the reader, precisely because it refuses to simplify Taiwan's multilingual, multicultural, and multi-ethnic reality. As such, I thought the English Taiwan travelogue would have a very small and very niche readership. Since its publication in the US in 2024, however, it has met with critical attention that none of us foresaw. Back home in Taiwan, the international spotlight has marked the book as a singular and shining exemplar of how our stories can be told abroad. But no book should bear the burden of speaking on behalf of a whole country. And my goal for myself and my fellow translators is to bring so many voices from Taiwan into English that no one can reduce Taiwan's literature to a monolith. Because we are not a chorus, but a cacophony, self-contradicting and unruly, just like any healthy, robust democracy. I would like to thank our publishers, first Great Wolf Press, especially the fearless Yuka Igarashi in the US, as well as And Other Stories, our beloved home in the UK. The reason there was such a long lapse between the US and UK releases of this book is because we couldn't find a publisher willing to put the translator's name on the cover. Not until And Other Stories came to the rescue. In the US, orange juice is sold with the options no pulp and with pulp. A few days ago, I learned that here in the UK, orange juice is either smooth or with juicy bits. I hope we can all start thinking of translation not as the pulp, but as the juicy bits, and proudly labeling it so on the carton. Lastly, thank you very much to the International Book Group Prize for amplifying voices and broadening our horizons, and happy 10th anniversary. Thank you.